This is our 95 F-150. And as I'm sure you can tell from the video, there's nothing stock about it. It's got a Gen 1 Coyote and tons of other upgrades. I'm gonna show you all the process of how we got from where it was, which was an old farm truck, to how it is now. And then also cover the story of how we sold it. Because as you can see, she is for sale. We've been working that deal for over a year now. And so stay tuned for that, because we're gonna show you exactly what we sold it for and all the details of that. But first, let's show you how this truck started off. Pop the door. The good thing is, the crazy part is the seat's in really good condition. And anyone that knows these bench seats, they get tore up quick.
Right.
But most of its life, it's had a cover over it. So,
nice.
And it's, you know, it's not too bad. There's not a lot of rust on this side. Rockers, dashboard's obviously shot. Yeah, so check her out. She's got a little bit of rust here on this side, these rockers. So we may have to deal with that. But let's get her started.
Yeah.
This truck has 293,000 miles. So let's check out under the hood. It's been so long since I had an old Ford. There we go. Just, do you guys remember the coffee can emissions? It's good stuff, coffee can. We're just gonna get rid of this engine, transmission, and front suspension. We're gonna put a Crown Vic suspension underneath it. We're gonna put a Coyote motor, 6R80 6-speed automatic transmission in it. And then when we're done, we're gonna sell it.
Yeah.
Dennis in Texas at Farm Truck / Racing is super helpful, guys. There's a bunch of people.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dave in Cocoa Beach. He's gonna get us a kit for the Crown Vic. So guys, Frank at PBH, Power by the Hour,
yeah.
Performance, they're gonna help us out. So there's a lot of people that
awesome.
are gonna help us. So yes, it's a large undertaking. Do we have the ability? Yes. Do we have the knowledge? No. Are we worried about it?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, so next we're going to show you is a Coyote motor donor. I believe they call those El Coyote.
Interesting.
That's Spanish for coyote.
Uh-huh.
So let's see if this old bad boy runs.
Stir her up, bro.
What we got here is we got ourselves a Coyote engine with a 6R80 transmission behind it with only 88,000 miles.
That's pretty low mileage.
It's a really low mileage truck. We're really excited about it. As you can see, she's sitting pretty sick. But to get that look, we had to go and get ourselves a Crown Vic. And not only did we use a Crown Vic for the front, but we also used a Crown Vic for the rear axle. So we're gonna show you our Crown Vic donor right now. Guys,
what we got in here, Ryan?
This here's a 4.6. It's the same engine that came in the GT Mustang for multiple years. Yeah. It's got a, oh look now, look at there. You know what that means? That sticker means it's 10% faster. We're gonna take the front end out of the black beneficiator. Yep. The front end being the suspension component, steering rack, all that's coming out, one piece. Whoop.
Look at that.
I say we
Is that the dream? Is that what the end result is supposed to be?
This now the easy part is putting it in the truck.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be way easier.
We're gonna hustle really fast. Ryan and I are both gonna work on the front. We're gonna pull the radiators off, the intake, a lot of these wires, try to get this wiring harness out of the way, and try to get this engine and tranny out. Oh, I need you right now. Yeah, like immediately. Things on the phone. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. That was unexpected. Alright, yeah, theoretically, maybe get it out.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Camera.
I'm good, I'm good.
nicer without all that grease all over it.
Yeah, that was nasty.
But if you guys were wondering, on the way here we had a death wobble.
Man, when we were driving this thing back from North Carolina, every time you know that little bump right before like an overpass, you know,
or any bump on the road,
any bump at all,
this thing would like,
it would jerk the wheel, and then you'd have to jerk it back and not die.
If you look, this ball joint's completely locked in this position, so it's definitely shot.
Yeah.
This ball joint shot. I think that ball joint shot, and that ball joint shot, and that's how they're all linked. So there's a good chance that may have been our problem, but I'm not a scientist. As you guys can see, pretty much the front suspension's off. All we got to do now is remove this cross member. We're going to be removing basically the part that keeps this frame at its optimal position.
What do they call this? Like a cross member?
Yeah.
All right, so this whole cross member is going to come out, and it requires the removal of those rivets, right?
Right, those rivets from hell.
How many are there? Like
87.
Huh, interesting. Well, it is kind of a major structural piece of this truck.
Right.
All right, well, this is a big accomplishment. We got those pieces of metal on the front.
It's
stiffeners.
It's locked in place. So now we gotta start removing all these little things like the brake lines, the motor mounts.
Yeah.
Anything we can move to get to the rivets.
That's pretty good. Cheers. Sure seems like that's the right method, Ryan.
Big.
I mean, look, you can even see the outline on the circle.
Big.
Good job.
Big.
All right, so we've been told that this is pretty much one of the harder things to do. Is this right, Ryan?
Seems that way.
This is one of the things it just takes a long time. And so we had let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 underneath, 6,
4 underneath.
7, 8, 9. So 9 rivets just on this one side.
Plus the piece, this piece.
Yeah.
Those rivets.
Oh yeah, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13. So 13 total rivets on one side just holding this piece together.
I think it took 3 flat discs.
That's a lot of time.
So close. Look, it's almost completely out. Hey!
Hey!
All it was pop rivets.
Golly.
And like,
look, here it is right here, Ryan. Look.
6 inches of weld.
Right there.
I don't know how you would get that if you don't have a plasma.
I don't either. There's one on the front side.
Because there's both sides. So if you guys look.
There's the other one right here.
Yeah. I don't know how you would get that without a plasma. Can you move that steering rack? That wasn't that bad, guys.
What a pain in the neck, huh?
Good news is, it's out.
Built for tough. That's what that is. Holy smokes.
Holy smokes is right. I say we get all this crap out of the way, roll that Crown Vic sub up underneath there, set it down on it, call it a day. Let me lift up. Dang, bro, this thing is so low. Check it. I mean, we still got to get a bumper in here, yo. So the cool part about this kit is, as you can see, it's got all these holes. And these 2 holes right here are the holes that go through for the bolt that comes up that holds this system all in place. And then you also have your alignment pinhole here. All these holes correspond with holes on this frame.
Okay.
The problem is we can't get them there because there's this piece and it's in the way.
Correct.
And I couldn't figure out what to do. Well, I found a photo and he cut this out to about here, and he did the same thing over here. So this side has the kick out for the steering gear system. That's all mounted there. That has to go away. This side is just another support for the cross member. So it has to go away. So in theory, once we get this cut out, we should be able to then line these up.
And drop our piece right in there on both sides.
In theory.
And those holes, those locator holes, should line us up in the right spot.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep, that's the hope.
Okay, so we're going to plasma cut those out?
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Nothing to it but to do it.
All right. Causes the camera to wig out so bad. There you go.
There it is.
A little dirty in there.
Not too bad.
All right, Ryan. So one down right there.
Yep.
We just kind of have it stuck in place.
Just give us an idea.
Yeah.
Nothing's official.
Yeah, so the next thing on that other side is going to be locating everything.
Yep.
So we're going to cut the side.
Yep.
And when I say we, I mean you.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah, so guys, it's not only that you have to remove the steering block thing and then that kick out, but because the way this frame pops up right here, these kit has to go level with this. It has to come up. And to do that, you can see there's hump in the frame is going to prevent that. So what you got to do then is, if you look on this side, we've already done it. You got to come in here and you got to cut it and you got to pry this piece up, and then you just spot weld this back in place. And that's the new location of the frame. So we got a little bit left to do on this one, and then we'll put our bolts in, and then we can start drilling.
All right, cool.
So getting there, guys. Again, this is just a slow process. Everyone talked about how bad the rivets are. I would say this is worse than the rivets.
Yeah, just trying to get it all cleaned up where everything fits nice and stuff.
Because the last thing you want to do is start putting things in place if it ain't right.
Yep.
We're cutting it in the frame to get this
A-arm.
Uh-huh. Hey Jason.
Yeah.
Is it too late to go back?
It might be.
Breaker. Got it.
Yeah.
See. Now's the moment of truth, guys. We've got the pieces cut out for the A-arms. Hopefully it works, so we'll see.
Right.
Now we got to drop it down on the alignment holes.
Oh, I see it. Yep. Okay. Okay, so we were getting ready to put it up there. We were trying to get the alignment pin. If you look down in here, there's that pin right there. It's kind of off-white, and there's a hole in our frame that matches. But our A-arm really was hitting right here. You can actually kind of see where it was landing. So we're just gonna cut out just a little bit more here. We might even straighten it up and go all the way to here and make it look nice. And then we'll do the other side and then we'll give it a shot again. Here we go. Ready, Ryan?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, man, it's cutting. I left that screwdriver, didn't I? No, I
Got it.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like it's...
It looks right to me.
Take that bar and put it down the center of that wheel.
Oh. Guys, we're just trying to see if this wheel is lined up in the middle of the fender. It looks really good. What do you think?
Obviously, because of the body lift.
Yeah.
Let me put these 2 bolts in and then we'll see what it looks like. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty darn freaking awesome.
It's gonna be pretty incredible. I love it.
Back in, box everything in, weld all it in, finish it all up so that the front is pretty much done other than steering and brakes.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No.
We'll probably be making some brake lines, I would assume, at some point in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to get the sway arm in. We got to get the, what is the back part there called?
Trailing arm.
The trailing arm's got to go in. So
Yep.
we've got a few more things to do on the front end, but in general, it's in the right place.
Yeah, it's a lot closer than it was when we started.
Are you encouraged? I'm encouraged.
I'm happy to be where we're at. I'm
Yes.
definitely glad. I'm not glad at what we're going to have to do next. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried.
Are you?
Yeah. What's up, Jammer Nation? Look at me on my steed as I roam through the valleys.
Right.
On my steed.
Right.
Just like we planned, right, Jason?
I pretty much thought it would go that way.
Oh, that was quality, man. Oh. For those of you that may have missed it, that was Jason. Worried, trying to stop it, going, Ryan, and me just standing there laughing.
That was terrible.
Again, as I've said recently, we're not professionals. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this crush tube and I'm just going to spot weld it, tack weld it in place in a couple places so that it holds it flush so that we can make sure we're right. So let's do it. All right, so again, what we're trying to do is this crush tube goes all the way through and we want it flush with the kit. We don't want it too far low. We want it flush on the bottom so that when we spot weld it on the top, tack weld it on the top, it'll allow the kit, the Crown Vic sub cross member to sit flush on the kit.
Correct.
So if the crush tube is too low, it'll prevent the cross member from sitting flush on the Team 321 kit.
Sure seems like that's our problem. So
that's
it definitely worked on the other side.
Yep. So let's get it done on this side.
So Ryan, this front end looks incredible, bro.
I'm pretty pumped.
Are you?
Yeah, I think it's getting there. I think if we can get that body dropped to where it's sitting at the right height.
Yeah.
And then
can you show everybody what you're talking about? Because the body lift itself kind of
right,
works.
So this truck originally, I think the first owners or second owners put basically just a 3-inch body spacer. So if you guys look right here, this spacer is aftermarket. So this should be sitting much lower. It should be sitting about right here, give or take. And as you can see, it's sitting much higher. So that'll drop it down significantly, which will get us right where we need to be, because we can't do the steering shaft assembly right now because we're not sitting level. But we did order the body, all new body kit, because we have to buy them all, because front to back has been upped. So we ordered that. We should get that next week. So next week the plan would be to box in this steering shaft, body bounce, and then maybe for giggles we'll put all the front end back on so you can see the height and drop the rear. Take the tires off the rear so the rear drops and show everybody the ride height that's going to be. Man, that would be cool.
Yeah, it's really cool already.
These are the trailing arm brackets. The bushings are shot, so we're going to probably have to get new bushings. But these go in, and then these plates, which if you see here, there's 2 holes down here.
Yeah.
A hole up here. They all line up. And then this plate gets welded onto the frame. Boop, boop, and then we gusset it. And it holds the trailing arm in place.
And then we bolt that other bracket to that bracket?
Yep.
Nice, that's easy.
Okay, so we're gonna take 3/16 steel because that's what this kit is.
Okay.
And anywhere that there's a hole, like right here,
okay,
we're gonna put steel from here to strengthen the frame. Same thing over here, and same thing. Don't mind that, and same thing in the back. Okay. Just to box it in, and then we'll tack weld the kit in place so it's in place. So basically, the kit is located where it's gonna stay.
Okay. So we're basically going to fill in all those gaps, reinforce it with steel, make it a lot more heavy duty than it is currently.
Yes.
And yeah.
You don't want to swallow it, just in case you're wondering. But it hurts. Getting there.
I'm telling you, bro. It's that welder. So we're gonna scab in a little piece here. We're doing this
right
little four-sided piece there. And Ryan's getting ready to do it with the plasma.
Here we go. It's a little hot still. I think we are pretty darn close, Jason.
Yep. Well, you said you want a little more so you could grind it and make it fit, right?
Yeah, so, alright guys, as you can see, this side is completely boxed in. It is completed. I didn't film anything. I do have to run a weld across the top still. I do have to run a weld underneath the bottom, but for the most part it's boxed in. I didn't really film any of that because I got carried away. And so my plan is to finish that back end, bring that L in, and then go across and then do all the fill-in stuff. So,
all right, friends, here we are. We had great intentions of putting our trailing links in, but we ran into a little snag, didn't we?
Yeah, so the biggest issue is a truck isn't made for a Crown Vic front suspension. And so one of the issues is if you look at this, you can see how it's slanted kind of like this. It needs to be like this from what I understand, horizontal. And so to do that, we'd have to cut this, rotate this inside of here, and line it up. And then once we get that all figured out, that's only the beginning of our problems, because the trailing arm, if you come around to the other side, or the control arm, where it mounts, you can notice it's binding. If you can see, it's kind of running uphill.
Right.
And to get that correct angle, we need this frame to allow this piece to come up. So this bracket has to come up into here so that the angle here is the same as there.
Right. So what we really need is we need to have that bolt right there that goes through.
Recessed up.
It needs to be parallel with the bracket.
Right.
Well, and then the bracket needs to somehow attach, but if we make that parallel, then it won't attach to the frame. So a couple ideas we had was right here, right? And we talked about cutting this out here.
Yep.
That was one option. The other one, which was interesting, I think is probably the one we'll do, right?
Yep.
Is on the inside, we would cut straight lines, right?
Basically.
So on the inside right here, you can see here's our trailing arm. Goes this way. Let me look here.
We would basically see the frame up.
There you go. So I'm on the inside now. So we would basically cut right here and right here, and then we would bend this up, and then we would take our mount and just rotate it.
Yep.
So it would be on a 45-degree angle, and then that little slotted part that Ryan showed at the very beginning when we first started talking about it will be horizontal, so we'll have to spin it. That seems like to be the best solution. I don't know.
Yes.
Because then we don't, but then we're not cutting
Right.
into this corner, and we can stay out of that corner, and then we can just fold this up. We can gusset across here.
We're going to take this steering column out, and we're going to try to figure it out.
That's cool. Let's check it out. Let's see. Look at that. Steering. Feel pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, it's tight, obviously, because it's not power assisted.
Right.
But yeah, it works.
But that's a lot better than,
Not having it.
yeah, which is, we've been just kicking the tire to get it to turn.
Yeah.
So we're going to change out the booster. We're going to put our Crown Vic booster, right?
Yep.
Ooh, look at that. That's promising.
Yeah, it's the first time we've done something that went right on.
Yeah.
Wonder if I should just dump this fluid now so I don't have to keep dealing with it.
I would. I would. All right, guys, here we go. We get this motor mount on here from Outcast.
Kyle Howard.
Kyle Howard. We're going to put a link to him in our description below, guys, but
Freaking amazing work.
these are really nice. These are really, really nice. I'm very happy that we bought these. So, they have a lot of play. You can see here. That's good this way. You can see they're adjustable, which is pretty awesome.
I mean, we're not going to say no to a hand. You want to pull those air hunt lines back here?
Whoa, and there we have it, Ryan. Dun, 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 dun. After promising the Coyote install for multiple episodes,
Yeah.
this baby is in there.
She's in her home. The plan now is basically to ratchet strap the transmission up so that the weight is off the transmission.
Yep.
And then we're going to push her in the garage and call it for the day. And,
Nice.
Yeah, and start again next week.
Sweet. I'm pretty pumped about this.
Yeah, this is pretty, like, this is the encouraging moment. So in this next scene, what we're showing is we're going to show you how we ended up doing the C-notch and the 4-link and all that stuff. And as I mentioned, we've been working a deal on this truck for probably close to a year. And it's taken a lot. And it should be finalizing here shortly. And to be honest with you, I can't wait because it's been a long time coming. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you some of the components that we got in that deal, but we're going to do that later, so stay tuned. Next, we're going to slide the axle back into its location.
Okay.
We're going to get the axle level left to right, front to back, all the different things, because we want the same distance from the frame to the back of the brake shield on both sides, from straight on, and then angles, and you want it all squares.
Okay,
It's on its own, bro. It's rolling. Ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh! That's why we're C-notching right here. This is why. Take it back. Just, if we can push it over there, that could work. Does that work? Like right now, let's kind of explain what we did. Okay. First thing we did is we put our crossbar here.
Yeah.
We wanted to do that to keep the rear stabilized.
Yeah, just a little extra insurance, right, Ryan? Because
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
we have one here
And we have one here.
and up here, but having that third one just makes us feel happier.
And so once we did that, we then also removed the rear end completely out, as
Yeah.
you guys saw.
Yeah, that's
Then
gone.
we went ahead and started cutting our C-notch component that we're going to be using.
Yep.
And then we actually cut our spot out. So then the next thing will be is right now, we're going to set these up in here, get them where they need to be. And then
Then we're gonna tack them in with the
Tack 'em
welder.
in.
That's the next step, or I believe, and then we're gonna box in the backside.
yep, so that would sit like that basically.
Yeah.
And then we'll box it all in.
Well, we're making some progress, Ryan.
We're getting somewhere fast, ain't we?
Looks like you're getting ready to do something. What you got happening?
Weld this in. So as you guys see, we've got our box end piece fabricated. We use cardboard to make it, the template.
All right, so after a long day, Ryan, are you tired?
I'm wiped, dude. Lots of welding today, lots of hot heat.
I'm very tired, and it's
Oh.
Georgia, and
Yeah.
my arms are definitely a different color. So here we go. We got our little C notches right here. Ryan's getting ready to lower it off the jack down onto the suspension. That looks pretty awesome, Ryan. What do you think?
The part that matters is we don't have axle slap anymore.
Ooh, careful,
Why?
because it'll slide sideways.
Oh yeah, but we don't have axle slap anymore.
Nice.
I mean, guys, let us know what you think.
It's pretty
We
great.
just showed you guys how to box and C-notch a frame without. I think the pipe, you could probably get away for 25 bucks for the pipe, and another $50 for the sheet. And other than time and work, I mean, it's going to be just as good as a kit.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome.
And the cool part is we didn't have to bring our frame up at all, which would have interfered again with the bed.
Nice.
So this gives us a notch without interfering with the height of the bed.
Cool.
So,
Well, we're getting there. We got a lot of final welding done too on all
Yep.
this stuff, which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Pretty happy about all that.
Yep.
Cool. Ryan, what is the plan with this truck? You want to remind everybody why we bought this one? The
Well,
Blanco Longo, right?
We brought the Blanco Longo in a hope to repair some of the issues it had,
Yes.
and then swap interiors and then sell it.
yeah. Right.
So the hope is to take this incredibly mint interior. Obviously, it needs some things like cleaning up and touch up, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly in great condition.
It is.
It has this amazing, beautiful, state-of-the-art dash cover.
Ooh, but underneath it, it's like pristine.
Pristine. Like,
Which is great.
look at that.
That's
I
what we're
mean,
looking for, is a dash that didn't have any cracks. And is,
to rip all this out
okay.
and transfer it over to that truck.
Okay.
Now we gotta get all the...
Ryan, you're doing a great job, man. What do you think?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Are you gonna have enough, or are you gonna run out?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's the $24 million question.
Right, folks. Look at that. Masterpiece by Mr. Ryan.
I don't know about all that. We got it pretty much wrapped up. We do have a lot more we gotta finish, but we got enough to where we can get the dash and all its components in.
All right, Ryan, check it out, bro. We got glass put in. We are going to take the seats out of this thing. Then Ryan's gonna work on the gas pedal.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He has to build a bracket for that, so we'll show you that. It's coming up next.
Yep.
All right, Ryan, so you've been working on this pedal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's been a little bit frustrating for you.
Well, it's when you're using the wrong metal. That's the problem. I was trying to make the bracket. I'm trying to triangulate the piece I'm making and then basically make a mounting bracket for, and I was just using the wrong steel. But now we got it figured out. I mean, you can see it works.
It looks great.
And so, and the harness will come up in through here, plug in.
Yep.
And so, got to do some more cleaning right there.
Man, we're getting there.
It's where it's supposed to be.
All right, well, good job, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Honestly, I've completely lost track of how many days I've been working on this wiring. But just to help you guys out, we have been going through all the wires that we had and trying to figure out which ones we're going to keep and which ones we're not going to keep. I think I've got about everything wired. We found little pieces here. A lot of it's going to get deleted. This is going to get deleted. And now we're on to the final items, which is this box right here is going to be mounted inside with the OBD port right here. There's the pedal up on top. Just got to get power to the right places.
Try it. Make sure the neutral's in. Where's this roof?
Right?
Yep. Was that you?
I couldn't shut it off.
Was the key out?
Yes, I had the key in my hand.
We'll pull that out.
All right, everybody. We have been working really hard here trying to get the power correct to our new little Mars box right there. It's got some relays in it. There's actually 3 wires coming off that box that have to be powered. The pink one is ACC power. The blue is crank power. And I wanted to show you where we got that. We got the crank power basically down here. If you could look up underneath the steering column, we had a wire coming off here, and it just so happens to be ready to go for crank. So we just kind of spliced into that to make sure it worked. And this red wire right here that comes off the back of the instrument panel, here's the big plug. The red with the green, that was ACC powered.
Alright guys, we think we got it to the point where we're willing to turn it over and let it idle. So stay tuned. Here's the question. Alright, we're getting... There we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start it and I'm gonna shut it off.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been cranking on this thing, and we have changed a few things, but we
have changed a lot. Not a few, a lot. But I think one of the things I could be is when we put it under load, this thing drops like at 10 volts.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be dropping at 10 volts.
It's turning on and off, correct. We can smell fuel. Mm-hmm. It's popping a little bit.
But it won't stay running.
Yeah.
It's one of three things. It's a ground, it's a vacuum, or it's the battery.
A voltage problem.
And the only thing we haven't messed with on all those three is all three of them.
All right, so we're going to take this home, charge it up, and come back and give it another go.
And hope that we got it.
All right, let's try it. All right, everybody.
What's up, Jammer Nation? We are in Alabama. What city? Cousinville?
Geraldine.
Cousinville, Alabama.
It's not Cousinville.
It is Sand Mountain.
Sand Mountain.
It ain't Lookout Mountain.
We're at 256 Garage with Jason and Drake. He's back there. Woo! We went to a car show today, and we had the Jammerody there, and we couldn't get her to run. So we came here to their shop to try to have them help us figure it out because they're actual really mechanics. We just pretend to be one on YouTube.
Yeah.
So what did you tell us, Jason?
Sounds like the plugs are gassed to me the way it sounded when he hit it.
Drake has this. He's going to be putting in Gen 1. He said we could pull the plugs real quick and just test fire it.
Yes.
And so that's what we're going to do. We've already moved them over.
Okay.
So we're going to turn this sucker over and see if she fires off.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I got 256 can't do it.
No. Dude! Are you ready?
Turn it on.
Hey, listen to that, baby! Should I give her a little rev?
Give it a rev. It sounds nice.
Should I give it a little rev? Little rev. Hold on.
Listen to that thing.
Sounds good, don't
Did you hear that?
All right, Jason. So, drive shaft is hooked up.
It is.
Transmission fluid is good.
It is.
What's next?
We're going to see if it moves.
Yeah. All right, do it. One more. Dude! She's moving on her own, dude! She's moving on her own! Bro! This week, we're taking the Jammerody over to our guys, buddies, 256 Garage. Guys, check them out. Link in the description. They got an awesome YouTube channel. They're actually legit builders. They do it full time. So if you're in the Alabama area, 256, check them out. YouTube, check them out. But we're going to take the Jammerody, we're going to cut this roof off and all the good parts off of this truck, and we're going to scab them into the Jammerody and start the body work to get it ready for final paint to get this thing finished.
Putting the coat sealer on the JMR Odie, 92 Coyote swap, lowered 4-link. You got Crown Vic front suspension. They've done a world of stuff to this thing. And now it's fixing to have a new shiny coat of green or blue or whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty when it's fresh. And she will be done here in a little bit. Okay, here we are, back on the JMR Odie. Now, it's color sand and buff. I've cut it with 1,000. I'm fixing to come back with 2,500. And then I'll start to buff. I think I'm gonna buff one side at a time. Give my sanding arm a little break. Like I said, magic. It never ceases to amaze me what the color sand and buff does. Look at the reflection. And I'm not done yet.
Well, Ryan, I'm sorry every time you have to look into this, what you're going to see. But it's turning out nice. I just feel sorry for you and your eyes every time you look into it.
Alright guys, this is theoretically the last drive of this truck, and I love it, so let me show you why. She's pretty wicked, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take you to the shop and I'm going to show you those components that we got in the deal. Part of it is cash. Alright guys, so if you know anything about the market right now, things aren't doing really well. And so we ended up having to take a trade on this truck. And so what we did is we took trade plus cash. Part one of that trade is this 92 or 93 F-150. We had planned on Coyote swapping, but things have changed drastically. And so we're not going to be doing that anymore. But here she is. We basically gave the guy $1,500 for it, which is probably a little much because the motor's shot. We didn't know that at the time, but it is what it is, and so you just make do with what you got. And so it is immaculate after we've cleaned it up a little bit. The inside is really good. Got the nice cup holder, but the motor is locked up. It's got the nice seat, power windows, power locks. It is for sale. Hit us up if you are interested. We need to get rid of it because we're not going to use it. So if you are interested in a 92 that needs a motor, let us know. We'll make you a sweet deal on it. And so we gave him, like I said, $1,500 for that truck. And there's another part of the deal, part of the trade that I'll show you now. So the guy we're doing the deal with, he actually had that truck and something else and another car at a guy's shop for a couple years, and that guy never ended up being able to finish the swap. And so he saw our truck and said, "Hey man, are you guys interested in trades?" And we're like, "Depends, what is it?" Well, it's that truck plus this right here. It's a Gen 3 10R80 Coyote motor out of a GT. It's a 2020, has less than 10,000 miles. Comes with the PCM and the foot pedal, but nothing else. And so it's going to take quite a bit. We ended up saying we'll give him 12 grand for this. Comment down below, guys, if you think that's a bit too much of a price, steep for it. We don't think it was, but the market has drastically changed since we agreed on terms. I think the Coyote motor is a fair price at 12 grand, but let us know what you guys think. Is that a fair price? Now, the next part of this deal is cash. Out of it, it looks the best in the sun with the old rims, bronze rims, and the green paint, guys. It looks amazing. Let me know what you guys think. So the final part of the deal is cash. And so with the Gen 3 Coyote at $12,000 and the F-150 at $1,500, That brings us to a total of 13.5. And the gentleman's going to be paying us 23.5 for this truck. Let me know if you guys think that's too much. Let me know if you think we got taken advantage of. I think it's a good deal for everyone, as long as it comes through, because it's been a while, guys. We've been working it, but it should be coming to end soon. So comment down below what you think of this truck, guys. So comment down below what you guys think of this truck. I do think probably the coolest part of this whole deal is this guy right here. It does have push button start. And then these guys here, one controls your Volvo power steering pump, this one controls your dashboard and your screen over here. And so let's go for a ride. I really enjoyed building this truck. It was a struggle and it took a lot, but it was a huge undertaking and an accomplishment, and Jason and I did it with the help of a lot of people, and we're super grateful. So let's go for a rip real quick and let you guys hear. Guys, I really like driving this truck. I really enjoy it. She rides real smooth. It's gonna be sad to see her go, but at this point it's time to move on and let her have a new life, because there's a lot of things that have changed over the last couple of years, and it's just time to move on to something else and do another project and build a bigger channel and bring you guys along with us. So the one thing I do love about this truck, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of, is the wah wah pedal here. And so when you want to really stick it, and I mean stick it, he opens up, y'all. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that. Maybe I'll do one from inside so you guys can see it again. We'll do it right here. You ready? You ready? She rips, guys. That's the one thing I'll say about this truck, is it rips. Let's go. That's my buddy over there, so. Give him a little wah-wah sauce. Give him a little wah-wah sauce, y'all.